might have to talk over.
On the edge. On the edge.
With Sonji on the Coyote Man Show Network.
Hey, welcome everybody. You're on the edge with Sonji.
With Sonji on the Coyote Man Show.
Yeah. I'm in the building. Uncle Shelton in the building.
Uncle Shelton in the building.
Yeah.
We got T in the building. T is here.
We got Majestic Rod, a.k.a. Derrick.
Okay.
In the
In the
building.
building.
In the building.
Yeah.
We got Majestic Rod. Derrick is in the building. Where's your...
No apparel today?
No. Okay, on the break, when we take a break. All right, let's welcome everybody on the edge. And today, we want to shout out Sekou, because Sekou is not here today. We're going to miss you, Sekou.
Yeah.
Yeah, no man.
Two people.
Man. That's all right. We're going to rap for him.
We're going to rap for him. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, you a freestyle?
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So Derrick, you want to move your mic so it ain't in your face. All right, awesome. So listen, guys. Today we were going to do Diamonds and Pearls. We had Donna. She was invited as a guest. She couldn't make it today. Shout out to Donna. She will be back, I guess, next week. But we will double check, to make sure. But shout out to Donna Black. And so we're gonna save that topic, but we will touch into it just a little bit. We wanted to rehash some of the stuff we were talking about last week. We were talking about what was it? Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
Right, Shelton.
Yeah. Stop, dropping, and rolling. That's right.
And speaking of rolling,
Yeah.
that was going to take us into the next topic of, when you were saying something to Chris last week, you were saying, how long do you put up with certain things, you know what I mean, before you decide to not deal with that anymore. And that brings us to the Diamonds and Pearls, knowing your worth, So knowing your worth, it's like in the beginning, before you start dating, you kind of have like a little do's and don'ts, and some people call them deal breakers.
Yeah, deal breakers.
You know what I mean? But you have some things that you put in place, even in a fresh relationship, you know what I'm saying, that you don't want to cross under no circumstances, right? I guess you don't want to cross that line, so you don't have to stop, drop, and roll.
Hey, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
You want to put out the yellow tape.
Caution tape.
The caution
Biohazard tape.
Oh, man.
Chalk outlines.
I'm going to put a skull tape on mine.
Yeah.
Right.
Or let it burn and run.
So, that's... Wow, here you go again.
We in the closet.
With that.
Change that something in the closet.
Darn.
Pimp down.
So did you guys remember anything that we talked about as far as some of the things that we wanted to say in case a person, just to let them know that you wanted to de-escalate the situation? We had some really good ones that some type of thing that you would say just to keep the argument from going
I don't
want to
argue. I don't want to. You won.
You won.
You won.
I never did that.
You won. I don't want to argue. I want to.
Yeah,
We're going to agree to disagree. We're going to say what it is, and we just going to. I'm going to bow down gracefully. You won.
You won.
You know, that usually, that works when you're having an argument with your friend.
That's what I was getting ready to
In a
say.
relationship? No, that don't be happening.
Right.
It just don't be going down that easy. I wish it was that easy. I clap for the Lord. My blood pressure be normal.
It can be, Uncle Shelton. It can
Yeah,
be.
it can be.
It can be. I mean, it might have to lead up to it, but it can be.
It takes
You
some
done
time,
had
but it can
This
be.
way.
You done had 3 heart attacks and 2 strokes by the time it get to the point that, okay, I don't want to argue. It's sufficient. You know what I'm saying? It's like in a relationship, it's different. You know, It's like I can say that to like even I can say that to a female platonic friend.
Right.
Yeah, my girlfriend, that ain't happening. No, we gonna settle this right now.
But you don't think it's the same argument over and over and over again? It's just
possible.
Said a different way.
It's possible.
So you arguing and arguing over the same thing. Just today, it's fruit versus apples.
Fruit versus apples.
I guess it depends on how bad that the argument was and what it's about.
Yeah, what is it really about?
Yeah,
but you can make it bad. That's the problem.
Let's go back to T's statement. And I heard what you said, Shelton. So I want to follow up with a question with that. Does that feel like that she's dismissing you when she say that?
That she don't want to argue?
I don't want to argue. You won. Does that feel like a dismissal?
No, that feels like victory. I mean, not like for personal thing, but for the sake of, okay, neither one of us arguing anymore. I would appreciate that.
You like it?
Yeah. I
if
mean,
she
it's
just
one
say
thing.
You won.
It's not about me winning. If the argument is over, I feel like I won, even if I lost.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get to the end of it.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about that in 2 seconds. What do you think if a person say, "Listen, I don't want to argue from a male's point of view. I don't want to argue about this. You won." How do you feel about that, Mr.
Yeah,
Majestic
I would say that. I would say, yeah, okay, we can agree to disagree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe it though?
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
You believe that that person is sincere when they say you won?
I guess it depends on what it's about, what or how serious the situation is, the argument is.
That's true. So they're trying to tell you something, and say same argument, you didn't really agree upon it all the other times. Then all of a sudden, you're like, okay, you won. Like, do you really feel like that's a victory? Because it's like you beat the person down to get that,
It's a possibility. But at the same token, like, do I want to keep arguing with my mate, my partner, my significant other over something that's small? Or is it really that small?
Mm-hmm. I get that, because I know Coyote was saying something not too long ago. It's like, do you want to win or do you want to be right?
Right. and some people argue just so that they can be right. I told you I was right. I told you I was right. You're right.
And that's the reason why.
Because if you're doing it to change a person, you can't change a person. The person has to want to change. I can tell you what what I think is wrong. Gotcha. You may not even have a problem with it. Mm-hmm. So you don't have no thoughts of changing.
Right.
So it's another argument.
That's true. So that's why when you say you won, if you tell the person that they won, is that really sincere, or are you just saying
being
that
dismissive
just to shut them up?
It's a possibility.
It depends.
It depends.
Because you could have won. I mean, you could have won, legit, depending upon what you feel when it is to a certain degree. It's like if you could have. It could be like you say you won because really I've exhausted all my energy and I don't have nothing else to say. And I know you're tired of hearing me talking anyway, so you won. You got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
this
like,
one is yours.
Ain't nobody keeping no score. Ain't like we got to reference somebody or I'm winning some money.
You are keeping a score because that's how the argument in the dialogue keeps going back and forth. Because again, I gotta get my point across. I gotta get my one up.
Right.
I'll just be like, what is the solution then?
Right. What is the solution?
So we can stop arguing all the time. What is the solution?
The caveat to that is the fact that when you say some bull jive, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because we ain't even talking about necessarily a right or wrong situation. It's not about me being right, but when you come out your mouth and say some you ain't got no business saying,
I think that's because the argument escalated. Because again, you really don't want to say something really, really nasty to your partner because you can't take your words back once you say them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but that don't prevent people, and that's what some of the problem is. It's kind of like if you argue with me and you say something like, You don't do you around here.
Okay. Okay.
Say what? What you mean I don't do nothing around here? How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
I done hurt my back taking all that doggone trash and putting stuff together like I'm a handyman, like I'm Tim the Tool Man or something. And I don't do
Tim
nothing
the
around here.
Tool Man.
I pay bills. I sleep. I pay bills. I go to work every day. You darn right. I do stuff around here. Don't be telling nobody. Don't be saying I'll be doing nothing around here. What's wrong with you? Think I'm bumming it up around this piece? See, that's
you know what, Uncle Shelton? You are right. You won. You won.
You said in that case, he's right.
You won.
Right.
Yes,
you won. You do all
so
those
that's
things.
The perfect example.
Because the argument probably is not what you do; it's really about what you don't do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the argument probably is. It's not the fact that you don't pay the bills, you don't take the trash out, you don't become Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder.
It's probably about something. You leave the toilet seat up. How about that?
Right.
Wow.
And I'm fine with the factual information. When you get on some bullshit, that's why I'm like, hold up, Chief. Now, last night I left the light on in the bathroom. Yes, I did.
Yes,
You don't come in here talking about I don't be paying my bills. What you talking about? It's disrespectful right now. You know what I'm saying? Stay on the topic of what's going on and stay factual what's happening.
Yeah,
you know
the topics is good, but I think you're sensitive.
You leaving a light on makes the light bill go up, and you said that you were not paying anything over X amount of dollars. Now what?
First of all,
now what, Uncle Shelton?
What my response is, okay, yeah, I left the light on, but I'm also paying that bill. So that's pretty much I'm cutting myself from that standpoint.
Yes, you
so
are.
while we arguing in that aspect, we argue when you're paying the light bill and I leave it on. You know what I'm saying? Or when I'm paying, it's like leave me the heck alone. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I can appreciate your statement, Uncle Shelton, but at the end of the day, that little extra that you are using up on the electric bill, I could use for some diamonds and some pearls.
Well, we can use
you ain't get no diamonds off the bathroom light. Stop. You ain't get no diamonds.
I can get my nails done. I can get something extra.
You getting a piece of glass for that light on the you ain't getting no diamonds off of that. Stop playing. See, that's how stuff escalates. Be emphatic on the bull jive, on the bullshit, and extra. You know.
So listen, I can appreciate your statements. That brings me. Let me just ask you this question. And me and Derrick was talking about it earlier today. So last week we talked about were you a hellraiser or a peacemaker, right? Today, my question will be, when you don't resolve your issue, say, a day went by, you guys were arguing, how do you handle that? And how do you handle it? Are you aggressive? Are you passive aggressive? How do you handle the situation?
Both.
Because it's like when you got that energy pulled up in you, it's coming out. How does it come out?
Mine may come out peaceful because at the end of the day, I don't want a headache. I don't want extra health problems that come along with arguing too much. Mm-hmm. So, I guess you can say I'm more of a peacemaker.
Yeah, well, we established a peacemaker, but you you just neutral. You don't handle it aggressively, passive aggressive, because you're going to have to. Your energy is going to come. It's going to show. So you're going to go along your day like nothing never happened. Or you're going to avoid her, or are you going to get on the phone, talk to your friends? What are you going to do? Y'all argued and y'all did not
just find out how we can solve the problem.
So the next morning, you're going to solve the problem. Try to talk about it. She says she don't want to talk about it. Let's resolve the problem.
We talk about it right then, not the next morning.
Well, y'all had an argument
so we
night.
can sleep peacefully tonight.
Right. Yeah, you're going to sleep peacefully.
Let's do
night.
this. Let's do this.
Sleep.
Y'all had an argument. Y'all had an argument last night, okay? You argued. Y'all went to bed. You know what I'm saying? How would you address it in the morning? And you're talking to her. Let's go.
So you saying we would have to wait till in the morning to?
Y'all didn't resolve it that night. how would you resolve it the next day? Do you believe it should be the person who started the argument first, or who's supposed to? You the peacemaker, right? Didn't he say it?
He said
Yeah,
he's the
yeah.
peacemaker.
So I would speak on it first. I mean,
Okay.
I wouldn't wait on her.
So
to
you guys
speak on it.
argued about she fell in the toilet.
Right, because you got the toilet seat up again.
She fell in the toilet.
Again.
Messed up her beautiful brand new lingerie you bought her.
I will apologize and say, well, I'll just remember to put the seat down next time, and
But that didn't work that night because she is like, you blew the mood. She had to go take a bath, make sure she don't get no bacteria infections and all of that, because
Oh my God.
So y'all didn't resolve it. So the next morning, address it. You don't know what to say. You started off.
Dirk, do you know what happened last night?
yeah, I just made a mistake and left it up. Not remembering.
Again?
Yeah, again, because
Yeah, again.
I mean,
Again.
I mean, was the water that cold? I mean, I'm just trying to
Yes.
I was about to say that too.
The water was
Like
cold.
what happened? What really
Cold.
happened when you went to the bathroom last night?
I fell in the toilet.
Oh, you know what happened. You heard the splash.
I was knocked
And
out.
I have to clean the
I
bathroom.
was in dreamland.
Clean myself. You're asleep.
Why didn't you wake me up? I would have cleaned it up myself.
That
I
Michael
would've-
Jackson scream ain't
You
wake you
know
up.
you're
She's
not
like,
getting up. You know you're not getting up. You're going to put it off. You know you're not getting up.
Yeah, I would have got up. Because
When?
it was something that I done.
When? I've never seen you get up to clean up in the middle of the night.
I mean, I would do that though. I mean, because it was my mistake, and I don't want to keep making that mistake. So I would have did
sounds
that.
too easy.
I would have did that.
That's too easy. I don't believe that. Not in this day and age.
I mean, I would have did that
And he's not
because I'm that type
convincing.
of person. If I make
It's
a
not
mistake, I like to
convincing.
correct it.
So,
you know.
so Derek, you asked me a question earlier today. This is how I know that you do not know what you're talking about right now.
I know what I'm talking about.
No, not that way.
Mm.
I'm talking about this toilet seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about your apology, but I'm talking about this toilet seat thing. You asked me earlier, why do we make a big deal about it?
Yeah, I did. I asked that because I wanted to know, like, what was it in particular that women say about leaving, about men leaving the toilet
We
seat
don't
up.
want to fall into the toilet water.
Right.
And then
So now that I got that, I'm like, okay, if I keep doing that, then I would make up for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But you said that why don't we look first, right, Shelton? I know that's what you get ready to say, Shelton.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
My whole thing is like,
I would ask that. Like,
because my thing is this. Okay, if we just took it upon ourselves to just let loose without looking, we don't know if the toilet seat is down. I mean, the lid is on or nothing, and we just letting loose. Y'all ask us, well, why the heck would you just start letting go and you ain't even see if the toilet seat was there? Hey, you should have left the lid up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm not trying to be dismissive, but I guess my question is, I like why I never really quite got why that was why that is such a big
It's
thing.
really,
I
it's
said the
really
same
big.
thing earlier.
Wow.
I said that
It's
same
really
thing.
big.
Wow.
It's really big.
Wow.
Nobody went toilet
You
water
know
on
why
their
it's
booty.
big? You know why it's big, Shelton? Because
Yeah,
we
why
just
that? Why-
said it's big. That's all you need to know.
I agree with you, Uncle Shelton. I said the same thing.
Right.
That's because y'all stand up.
All right, so
Y'all
what's the big
stand
deal?
up.
Yeah.
So
She did mention that
Yes,
earlier
all
too.
the
She
Now we
said
ain't
because
standing.
I understand, but it's
And
the
if we-
point. It's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker. I'm not marrying a man that does not put the toilet seat down. I am sorry. I'm not, and it's a consideration thing. Just like you want us to be considerate about some of the things that we got to deal with when we're in there. So that's all it is. I mean, I fell in the toilet a couple of times, and but
It
I
don't
do
feel good.
watch. I do watch when I know that my man is
So I got a
or the
question.
person is not going to put the toilet seat down.
Yeah.
Okay, Derek
Yeah,
got a
'cause-
question.
yeah.
Go
So
Derrick.
what if we don't marry a woman because she leave her hair in the sink all the time
Right, and
for
I
us
get
to
that.
clean up?
Yeah.
I get that.
Well,
I
leave my
believe
hand
you
in
should
sink.
clean, and me either. I believe you should clean up after yourself. You can't be leaving them goddamn beard hairs and thing either. After you finish shaving, I want you to pick every little piece of hair out that sink. I don't
Yeah,
want to see any
I believe in
Publix
cleaning that up.
hairs in the sink. No public.
That's fair. That's
Now,
fair.
that's deep. Okay.
He said that's deep.
Yeah, that's deep. But I mean, but that he does pose a good question, I guess, because I don't hear it. Okay. Predominantly, when it comes down to the bathroom, that's y'all domain for the most part.
It is.
And with that being the case, it's like there's a lot of things that we have to deal with because that we submit to the fact that that is primarily y'all. So I guess with that being said, it's kind of difficult. Now, granted, I'm not saying that I don't leave the toilet seat, down or whatever. I'm not saying I've been accustomed to that a long time ago. I just never understood why was it such a major thing from a certain standpoint, because we have to accommodate whatever the situation dictates for us. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the situation is when it comes down to the bathroom.
You don't.
Yeah, we do.
You
Yeah,
do
we do.
not. You do
Yeah,
not.
we
And
do.
that's the thing. And that's why I said, that's why the top topic today was diamonds and pearls, knowing your worth. And it's like, whatever it is that you believe that you're supposed to have, if you, in other words, like, you don't want to go in there and have hot curlers all hooked up to things and what you guys have, them shavers, anything that's dangerous, you know what I'm saying? So most people have their own bathroom. Most of the men, you have a bathroom in your bathroom, in your bedroom, and you may share it with your wife. That's y'all's, but y'all agree on whatever it is that y'all agree on, So some people don't have a problem with all of that, Me, I do, because it's dangerous and I'm clumsy.
But I would implore you to find me some situations where the dude leaves the toilet seat up and it's not World War III often. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
Let's
Like,
do a
it's
survey.
always-
That's true.
Let's do a survey because I doubt if
Yeah.
you did that.
It's always gonna be a
But that's
problem.
my point. That's my point. If he does that, he's not sleeping easy. You know what I'm saying? So he has to accommodate that
shouldn't.
situation. He can get away with.
He shouldn't.
But I'm saying that's just proving the point that I'm making as far as what Sonji is saying from a standpoint of, yeah, that sound good, but if he does that, he ain't living that down in most cases. And that's like across the board. And
So
I'm
that
saying that
takes
I have
you-
no problem with it.
So that takes me to how you handle certain things. Like, if you don't say anything about it anymore, say the woman's still putting the hair in the sink, right? And you decide, it could be anything. It could be, I'm a type of person that might move your stuff. That could drive you nuts. You know what I mean? You might want to have your shoes where you have them all the time. And you might be one of them sticklers that have your shoes lined up. And I might take one of the shoes and this, whatever. You're like, don't do that no more. And I keep doing it. And it's like, what? You know what I mean? I'm only using simple stuff, not trying to make it like a really big deal. But from what I hear, a lot of little things is what bother people.
It becomes bigger.
Yeah.
But again, because some of them are non-negotiables. So you already know that this is my pet peeve. Are you doing it because I got a chance to take a dig out you? Because you done got on my nerves.
That's my point with the passive aggressive. Yes.
You pluck my nerves, and the only way I can get you back is by leaving the toilet seat up. The next time, and let me go there and leave the toilet seat up.
Let me go.
Because I know she going to act crazy.
He's going to be
And then when she act crazy, knowing you provoked her, Derrick, to act crazy, you
Not
gonna come back and be like,
I don't think it's something that a lot of men do on purpose either, though.
Well, I
don't
think
so.
sometimes
I
you
don't
do
think
stuff.
sometimes it's on purpose. However, it's just that extra 30 seconds to put the toilet seat down. However,
Because y'all don't want to come in there and lift it up.
Yeah, we don't want to touch that thing. We don't want to touch that toilet.
right, you
Point.
we already got to clean it and all that. You
It
gotta
takes
touch
the
that.
We
same
gotta
amount of
clean
time.
it too.
Why do we want to
It
touch
takes the
it after
same
y'all
amount
done
of time.
peed all over it?
Right. wanna come in and do a quick
Splash
wipe
it.
Why do
down?
we want to touch it after you sat on it? It's like we touch it
Exactly.
anyway. It's like, come on, stop
We're not
playing.
gonna
It
win.
goes both ways.
This our
don't
house.
give up.
This is where we live.
We
It's not
do
like we're in a
not
restaurant
care
or something
about
or out
y'all.
in public.
We don't care. We do not care. There's not a urinal in there.
And
We
look,
do not
they said,
care.
okay,
I'm just letting you know
they
right
said in
now.
the public bathrooms, who bathrooms are the cleanest, the
We
women
don't
or the
give a
men?
damn.
You know, that's wild though. That's wild. That's something that's crazy to me too. But I'm like, hey,
Yeah, the bathrooms in
First
public
of
for women
all,
are
They
disgusting.
really are. But I don't even know why Majestic Raw brought that up when I ain't got nothing. He just want, what you call
Derrick,
that?
how do you know they disgusting though?
He is
Their
Reputation.
Statistics.
How do you know
Statistics.
they disgusting?
hey,
I don't even know.
Look it up.
You ain't got the
Statistics.
research. You ain't got the research. One thing about it, ain't no shame in the game. I done worked in retail. I done worked
Yes.
in offices, and everybody be saying, I mean,
Why is
and
the
it be
bathroom so
occupants.
dirty?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It be occupants. It ain't like we going in there. They come
Right.
out like, ooh, that woman's bathroom don't make no doggone sense. Somebody ain't
Right.
raised their
Women
kids
say
right.
it
I'm trying to
themselves.
tell you, it's some bull job. I ain't know what is going on. I'm like, dang, it's like that. And I'm like,
Yep.
now, I know in elementary school we had y'all beat. I mean, supposedly we had y'all beat in elementary school from the reputation wise. When we got in the work world, oh, that thing changed up quick.
It's definitely.
That's
I believe
serious.
Well, you know what? I mean, that's just something that we're gonna have to say. We're gonna agree to disagree. I mean, nobody's gonna win, but I'm just telling you: do you want to win or do you want to be right in your household, as Coyote say? And if your woman fall in the toilet, you ain't getting none. You ain't getting any. I'm just telling you right now.
I think you got to know the person you're dealing with, because, like you said, some just want to
Derrick
be
left
right.
Derrick left that toilet seat up on purpose.
Some just want to be
At this
right.
point, I know you left the toilet seat on purpose.
Yeah, he
I
want
mean,
that
yeah,
cold
I
water.
did it a few times. Yeah,
And that's the only way you
Wake
can
you
get
up.
back.
I'm honest. I did it a few times,
Right,
and,
that's the only way you can get
and like
back.
Uncle Shelton said, it was World War III.
He just wanted to know he was loved that night. That's all.
That is nuts. You know what? The next time my brother leave the toilet seat up on me, I'm gonna be just taking his shaving cream and just putting it on the top shelf and make a mistake and drop it.
Oh,
How you feel? That's how you feel? That's what you gonna do?
His
That's what we doing now?
his toothbrush is gonna be used to wipe around the side of
Ew.
That's
That's
insane.
disgusting. That's disgusting.
That's assault. That's a charge.
That
You
is
going
definitely
to
a
jail.
charge.
You going to jail? That's
she
assault. You
just
going
want
to
to say something more.
She done burned it down.
That's some
See?
I'll be like,
bull
yo,
job.
you ain't put the toilet seat down. He gonna be brushing his teeth. He's gonna be like, good morning, good morning.
Wait a minute. I gotta step
Oh,
off my
man.
elevator for 2.5 seconds. How the hell you going 2,000 flush his toilet, his toothbrush? That's some bull jive.
She
That
trying
ain't
to
right.
kill him.
So tell
That
me,
ain't right.
is that aggressive or passive
That's
aggressive?
passive aggressive.
That's
That's,
passive
yeah,
aggressive.
yeah.
That's very passive aggressive.
Very
Because I'm
passive.
not gonna
aggressive.
tell him
It- it-
anything. I'm just gonna take
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's a little bit
Yeah,
psychotic too.
It's a
Yeah,
little
that's
off.
definitely that.
Yeah,
It's a little off.
That's real off. That's real off.
just
That's
take
not-
her
that's
to
not
the
deep.
psych ward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it
Yeah.
to the 5th floor.
First of
Admit it,
all,
admit it.
I just dropped my whole drop booty in the toilet because you left. I got the thing.
Well, who told you to sit without looking?
Without looking.
That's all I want to know.
Listen.
Look here.
I was
You know,
rushing. She was rushing and coming
We had
out.
to go to
where you rushing at
bathroom.
2 in the morning? That's another problem. That's
2
the
in
issue.
the
You rushing at 2 in the
morning, I
morning.
can't
Where you
see.
rushing to? That's some bull jive. That's some
I
bullshit.
can't
Where's
see.
you rushing? You can take your time and drop deuces and everything at 2 in the morning. Where you got to be at 2 in the morning, huh? If you
Back to sleep.
supposed to already be
What's the
there.
big
And
error?
Only,
Back to
I
sleep,
know,
Uncle
guys.
Shelton.
Listen, audience. I know y'all like, why is they still talking about this toilet? Listen,
Hey, it's serious.
it's not the issue.
Probably
The
say, is that
toilet
the
is
topic?
not
Part of
the
it.
issue. The toilet seat is not the issue, nor is the sink full
Hair.
of this brother's beard or this sister's track
Hey.
or her real hair. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? That's not the issue. The issue is just respecting each other's wishes. It's like, if I wish for you, my desire is to sit on a toilet seat and not that rim of coldness full of bacteria and piss, then that's my wish. Is that a bad wish? Tell me.
No.
Is that a bad wish?
That's not a bad wish at all.
I submit to it, but that don't change the fact that I want to know why. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like I submit to it. I've become very accustomed to that. I never had that issue. I slipped up one time in the past 6 years.
That's good.
But still, you know, ideally, it's never intentional. It is an aspect of, say, like I'm rushing out or something like that, or whatever. And I just totally, something got my attention. Little one trying to set the house on fire, whatever the case may be.
I understand.
And I just run out, you know. And it is the same thing as if, let's say, I left my clothes on the floor.
That's true.
And I left them on the floor to take them to the wash machine, but something got my attention, snatched me away. I forgot they were there. Not that I plan on you picking them up and doing it for me, but it's just that's what happens. So
if your woman leaves it on the floor for you to pick it up and you never go back and pick it up, what's that about?
If I never go back and pick it up,
right? You're waiting for her to pick it up?
No, I just something. Once I went that way, I didn't go back. It's not like I walked over it or walked by it.
To go back. You eventually
gotta
go back.
He has pure intentions. None of it's deliberate.
And you know what? I believe that, but a lot of it is like you have to have consideration for your other person. Because if, you know, I'm not going to say this because I got an audience, but most men don't like women undergarments all just laying around.
They shouldn't.
You know,
why is your things laying around?
Out of respect, we're supposed to pick our stuff up. You can't, you know, leave our drawers on the floor, bra on the floor. You know,
that was a pet peeve for me.
Yeah, and but does that happen? I mean, because I don't know, because I'm not a man. That does happen.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does happen.
It's possible, yes. Yes.
But don't they gotta come back and pick it up? Well, next day there's gonna be another pair of underwears next to it and another set of bras.
It might be another pair next to it. Yep.
And then a week later, you got like a whole laundry of underclothes down there smelling up your whole room.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But at a certain point in time, you know, if you involved with how do I put it, a slob.
That's true.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. You know, so because see, if wifey left it there, I know it was a mistake. It fell off the pile. You know, she ain't take the basket. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's just there. So I'm gonna pick it up. Now, as long as you don't disrespect me when I come bring it to you, you know, like I'm hiding from you, or like I took a pen and just started sniffing or something, then I ain't got no issue. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all good. I'm just saying, you dropped these, you know.
My whole thing is it's just I'm just making up different scenarios that some people do get. It does get on their nerves, you know, somebody touching their toothbrush and little different things. And to me, at the end of the day, it's like just consideration. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be considerate of each other and don't expect, you know, because even when your mom cleaned up after you, she was fussing the whole time.
Yes.
She did. You remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going to clean your room. And my mom used to get on me and she say, my stepmom, you know, she used to say, you know, clean your room. And I would say, okay, I want to go somewhere. So my idea of cleaning of the room was piling everything in the closet and shutting the door.
Oh,
Like, I'm 16 years old, you know, I would buy brand new clothes every week. Every time I got paid, never wash my clothes, right? And just threw them in the closet. So one day when I really had to go through that whole closet, it was a long closet. It was just full of clothes. She never knew that's what we were doing. You know what I mean? When we come in the room, it looked clean. You know, because she wouldn't see none of the clothes anywhere. They just shoved it all in the back of the closet, you know. But if she'd have known that, she'd have been like, get them clothes out. I think she did find out later. But when I moved out, it was hell trying to clean up all that stuff when I was a kid. But the thing is, it's like your parents is going to always be like, you're going to have to clean up at yourself. You're going to have to clean up yourself. So as an individual, you know, you just got to be considerate of each other, and the toilet seat is one, the hair is in the sink is another. But we were just trying to talk about passive aggressive behavior. So some of that stuff is passive aggressive. Some people do it on purpose. What do you think? You know, they do it on purpose. She gonna pick these socks up.
Yeah.
Them joints crunchy.
Or they probably be like, they don't
I
tell
don't
me
have
what
that
to
problem,
do.
but
I do what I want. They don't tell me what to do.
Right. You know, people can be defiant just because they're oppositional, just because they feel like they're being controlled versus in a relationship, in a partnership.
that's
So
true.
if somebody else comes through and like, man, I used to hate when they used to do such and such used to do this, and now this one do it accidentally, not intentionally. They had. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say so we did talk about our Hellraiser and our Peacemakers. We talked about the passive aggressive behavior. So let's go into and we were just using those little things as examples because they were funny and they're annoying at the same time. So let's talk about our aggressive behavior. Like and when you go into a relationship and you know you're a diamond, you're a pearl, whatever. I'm not saying you're a pearl. You could be a diamond. Yeah, okay. But but you know your worth, you know what I'm saying? So after going through some things in the past, what are some of the guidelines that you may have in your relationship coming up that you're not going to deal with because you know your worth now? With some of the boundaries that you may set in a relationship.
That's a good question.
I know, Shelton, I know you already have boundaries, so give me one.
I'm locked in. So whatever I deal what I got to deal with, I'm locked in. But I don't take no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be cussing me out, daggone it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work. You know?
Oh yeah, I don't
keep your hands to yourself.
If you do get into an argument, you're not gonna call me out my name. Definitely. And you're not going to get physical with me at all.
You better tell
I don't even want you to raise your voice at me because then I'm going to have a whole nother issue. So once I feel so that you already escalating your voice, I don't even want to go to the next because again, I believe you can't take your words back. You may apologize, but deep down somewhere inside, you meant it.
Yep.
So what? Someone called you a name or said something before in the past?
Yeah, I've said some names too, and I meant it. In retrospect, when I said it,
that's aggressive.
Right. I meant it. Like you can't call somebody a bald head black MFer,
right?
And then apologize to them. Oh, I didn't mean it. You meant it.
Yeah.
That's rough. You
thought about that. You thought about that insult.
Exactly.
You didn't even take no time. You didn't care about the fact that I had trouble growing hair. You didn't take into consideration.
What they call
I might be feeling some kind of way.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all them, Bequisha, alopecia, all that.
Right.
All
or
that
you're
going on.
Right. So that's
deep.
you meant that. You said it because you haven't said it, and you only say it when it comes out in an argument. You meant it. You can't take it back. So when you sleep, they thinking about, dang, she called me a black MFer.
Right. I learned a long time ago words hurt.
They do hurt.
I made sure that no matter I practice in my mind, not to call you out your name or write anything unless it's really got to go.
Right.
You know, I don't want to something that if I say, "Oh, you big head punk" or something, you know, or something like that, that's an average thing, but something specific. Like that's why your leg limping and short, and the back of your neck got hot dogs and all kind of weird specific stuff. Right? You know what I'm saying? I gotta train my mind. Like, okay, not to say
it's rude and disrespectful,
things,
and you disrespect. So the disrespect, I'm big. That's one of my big boundaries is respect.
Right. Everybody. Like
you can't tell somebody you love them, you want to stay with them, you want to be with them, and then be disrespectful.
Right.
Oh, my eyes hurt.
Yeah, I don't see how that can work.
It don't.
It don't. Some think it can work.
So if you guys get mad at each other and he called you bald headed, right? but you is bald headed. Like you is. I say you are bald headed. You are bald headed. Not you, but you are bald headed. Like you're bald headed. So
You're insulting.
So
Right.
I'm telling
My bald head ain't got nothing to do with this conversation. You took that
Nothing.
description. You ain't like you
But
said
you
you
bald-headed,
handsome,
though.
sexy, debonair son
That's
of a
some
gun.
passive
You
aggressive.
ain't like, that's some bull jive.
That is
That's
passive
some bull
aggressive.
jive.
Right.
So the aggressive is more so when you put your hands on them. So it's like if you tell them up straight, up front, you're like, listen, in this relationship, you can't put your hands on me. Or, you know, it's going to be a situation where we're going to have to part ways, you know. So I do know a lot of people that do that and say that, and I don't think they usually have any issues. Sometimes they go, but I think if you say, listen, I do not want you to put your hands on me, then couple it with, okay, and I promise to not call you out your name and say anything to
or put my hands on
provoke you or put my hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can easily say, don't you ever put your hands on me, and I we'll be good. But I can say it in a nice way. You know, if you never put your hands on me and nothing like that, you know, that's a boundary of mine. You know, and blah 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 blah. And they like, okay, and then I do all kind of crazy stuff to make you want to put your hands on me. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be coupled with something. So I'm like, I'm telling you, don't put your hands on me. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm all up in your face, this close. You bald headed. You know what I'm saying?
Or say something about your mother.
You wrong.
Itchy scalp.
You wrong.
I'm tired of you using my combs to scratch your bald headed itchy scalp, you know, or something crazy, you know what I mean? And then you that close in their face.
And he just come and
choke you, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
or she
too
choke
close.
you, or she like.
That's
so
when you
it's
really
like,
got to know each other too. Like
but I'm
who
saying,
you really dealing with.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But it's like it's some aggressive language that will cause you to be aggressed upon. You know what I'm saying? And you all
Until
with the
piss.
neck and the man all with the, you know, you gonna get out my face. But I ain't in your face. You gonna get up. You know, you gonna back and forth. Like, what you think gonna happen after a while? Get your finger out my face. Uppercut. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you're doing.
Right.
You know you on that bull spit.
You're right.
You up there. You antagonizing. You antagonizing.
Yeah.
I'm not touching
relationships
you.
like that, too.
I'm not touching you. No. Okay.
You
Keep
gonna-
playing. Mama
you
gonna
gonna-
touch you. Mama gonna touch you. I ain't gonna do it. Mama gonna touch you. Keep playing. My sister and them, they gonna touch you. Keep playing. Keep playing. You're playing too much.
Because I ain't gonna put my hands on you. I'm gonna say
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't going to jail for you.
Right. And I mean,
that's probably why I choose to walk away and not to argue. Because again, I know at some point you may escalate me. You may trigger me to the point where I may get aggressive. You may not get aggressive. I may get aggressive just because you so chill and laid back because I want a reaction. You never know. Some people just feel off a reaction. And they used to reaction or being reactive to what someone says. So therefore, I'm just
Right. And that's cool.
Because I can get aggressive. I know I can get aggressive. I know I can use the language and the words that I can't take back. I know that I can get physical, probably throw some stuff around. So why would I want to go through all that and then be in the bed, sleep that night with that person?
Right.
I ain't gonna do it.
You can't. You gotta resolve it because if you don't resolve it, you will start doing some passive aggressive stuff.
I just don't understand it. It's nothing. Cause down is a temper tantrum some kind of way. A boundary has been crossed some kind of way, and then we done took it too far.
So let me.
That's
ask
when
you
the
this.
cheating comes in too.
And that's passive aggressive though. That's something that you're doing to get back at that person.
That's an excuse.
You know what I mean? Without and people do it. Women do it a lot. You know, because women if they get mad at you, they will do something. Just to get that energy out. You know what I'm saying? So just know that when you do have these arguments, that energy stays there if you don't get it resolved, and you got to release it and forgive each other for that. So let me go to the diamonds and pearls thing. So as a the reason why I use the subject diamonds and pearls is to say the things that you feel about yourself, because the show is mostly about ourselves, right? As a person, what is that your most worth? A couple of things, or something that you feel like you're bringing to the table that's worthy of putting the toilet seat down. I had to go back to that one.
That toilet seat.
Yeah, it's just a joke, guys. It's a joke. But yeah, just that you feel like you're worthy of that, because it's like you guys are saying, okay, what's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? It's because she said that. You know what I mean? She's worthy of that. That's your woman. You know what I mean? If you tell me, I don't like this, that, and the other, Sonji, stop touching my stuff and moving my stuff around. I can't never find it, and I keep doing it. You know what I mean? Then you, in your mind, you thinking, what's wrong with her? You said that earlier, right? Mm-hmm. But if you never say, stop moving my stuff around, and I'm still moving your stuff around, it's like, whose fault is that? So back to you, T. Something that you feel like, as far as your worth coming into a relationship, that because we are kings and queens, and we are valued. We value ourselves, right? So what is it that you think you have an idea of your worth?
Oh shit. Unlimited. My worth is unlimited because again, I'm multifaceted. So therefore, it depends on where we at, what arena, what table. Because you're talking about household, work,
well,
business,
we're talking about you
and
within,
unlimited.
Like, you have to
I'm
offer.
big on respect. I'm big on communication. I'm big on boundaries. I'm big on. Let's talk about it. What is it that you really want? Let's communicate and say, and it's okay to say, this does not line up to my values and beliefs. Right. And it's nothing wrong with you as a person. If I have a goal to do X, Y, and Z, and it sound good when we first commit to it, and then later on we end to moving the goal along, and it just not working. It doesn't have anything to do with the person. This is my value and my belief. So, and a lot of people do it with food. If you don't eat pork or beef, or you don't eat meat, they do it. That's what they choose. This is my value. I choose not to. This is my no. I can't say, Derrick, come on, we going to the steakhouse today, and you know that you don't eat steak, and you don't have a substitute.
I don't eat steak.
Right, and you don't have a substitute or something there that you know that we both can enjoy. So I think it's big on respect. That's just a respect piece.
Right.
I would say, knowing you, I would say your value, just coming up front, is your intelligence.
Yeah.
Because the average woman, like these days, they can be smart, you know what I mean, but there's not a lot of that going around, because they don't want people to know they're intelligent. They may be, but they don't want nobody to know it, because they feel as though that that may intimidate them.
I'm about to say that's another thing, like intimidation for men. Sometimes when as a woman, I've had to dumb myself down and not be as intelligent, or make him seem like I'm not as intelligent, because it becomes intimidating.
Yes.
You had to dumb yourself down?
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
You shouldn't have to dumb yourself down.
A lot of women have to do it.
And I won't.
Yeah.
Now, the woman that I am today, however, I have played the back seat so that you the man, you supposed to lead, you supposed to do this. Right. That was my expectation, my expectation, not their expectation. Not that he didn't know that I was intelligent or smart. That's probably one of the reasons that they were with me. However, at that time, it's like, men lead. You don't want to show that she the brains.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
And not you.
Well, sometimes it could be both of you guys got like a very intelligent. You could be, you pick your mate.
I think it's.
But if you pick your mate right correctly, you both will be intelligent. The issue that I think sometimes is that sometimes you have to take a back seat. Sometimes he has to take a back seat.
It's when who's going to lead, and I think that's
when
a
it comes,
big
it's about
thing.
balance.
I think that's a big thing nowadays. Like, who is really going to lead, and when are they going to lead? Like, again, me as a woman, as strong as I am, I will take a back seat if once a man presents himself and lead.
Right.
I know my role, and this is a role.
Right, that is a role.
Versus who I am.
Right.
I think it depends on the circumstances.
And it does. And I'm gonna let you talk in a second, Shelton. It does depend on the circumstances, but in this case, it's like, you don't want. It's like he leads, but when he knows something is of your expertise, he just pass it over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, but if you don't pass the ball, you could lose the game.
Yeah.
Because you're holding the ball just like in basketball. You holding it, and you got a good player here, and you're not utilizing your teammates properly. You know, and what you think, Shelton?
I think a lot of times it boils down to two things. It's either lack of esteem or if you're condescending. And I say from a standpoint, if you're not, from the esteem issue, you don't have a problem with your woman, leading to whatever the case would be, because it's no knock on you. You didn't go to law school, so you don't know law like that. She do. Just the same way she might not know cause like you do, or whatever the case would be. Everybody has their role. But the problem is when you're condescending with certain things, and because I don't know something, you look down on me because I don't know it. Look, I don't know the end. It's like, at least I'm man enough to tell you I ain't know the end instead of blowing something up.
Uncle Shelton, most men don't like to say, I do not know.
I don't have a problem with that myself.
Sometimes. Again,
I do understand that
it's a learning curve. It's a learning thing, because I have to say sometimes, I just don't know. I don't know.
But
even
like
with my children,
even
with your kids, your kids come to you and think you're going to fix everything. Like, you got these magic superpowers, especially as mothers. Your children come to you, I call my kids chicken littles. The sky's falling. Everything is immediate emergency. Fix it. And then when you tell them, like, oh, I don't know. They're like, what you mean you don't know?
Right. So I get that. I get that. So we get ready to wrap it up. I want to make sure I get everybody's worth. And what do you believe your worth is? What's your diamond and your pearl?
A clean house.
You're
intelligence.
As you clean.
I like to be organized. I like everything organized around the house. I don't like it looking chaotic. And intelligence, like you were saying earlier. That's two main things, along with a few other things. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, Shelton, did you give me yours? Your diamond?
No, ma'am, I did not.
What's your diamond and your pearls?
My diamonds and my pearls. My diamonds and my pearls. Well, since you asked.
Wow.
I'll stop bulljabbing.
Yes.
I think my overall demeanor is my value. Like, I joke around and I make things sound a lot more serious than they are, but overall I'm not trying to be stick in the mud type, you know what I'm saying? Everything all uptight, type thing, you know what I'm saying? Let be easy, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
easy.
I'm not trying to be Incredible Hulk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do all that. Look. If you can break down this carburetor, let's go ahead and break down this carburetor, and then I get you the screwdriver and the drill, whatever it be. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. As long as it get done, I can give 2 bits of a ham what's going on. It's like I ain't got time for all that extra stuff. I'm trying to get to the point.
Got it.
I don't really let the big things get me to a certain degree. I don't have like that ego. I don't have that type of I have my perception of what a man should do and what he's supposed to do. And I don't necessarily veer totally away from that. But with that, I understand that a team works better than one. So I don't have a problem with, hey, that's your strong point. That's not mine. You know, but at the same time, respect the fact that it's not mine. Don't be talking crap just because you know how to do some things better than me, because that's just wrong.
I do.
You know?
I respect that. I understand that, because sometimes women, I'm just saying, I know personally, I can get cocky. I remember someone telling me one time, like, yeah, we don't mind putting you in charge, but sometimes you a little bossy, right? You just be bossing us around, like, then you forget, like, I'm like, okay, let me come down some. I had one lady said to me a long time ago when I first was hired at a job to be a manager, and she was like, sometimes I don't know what. I didn't know what that meant. Like, she's an old lady, right? I said, what is sometime? What that mean? She was trying to say, I guess I'm one way, 1 minute, another way, another. And I didn't know that. You know, somebody had to bring it to my attention, because I'm like, when I'm like business, I'm one way, and then when I'm cool and chilling like Uncle Shelton, I'm joking around. Then later on, I'm joking around, seeing nobody working. Y'all need to get back to work.
Let's get back on task.
Yes, but I'm the one holding them up, right? So she's like, you sometimes, I don't know what. I'm like, okay. But sometimes it's whoever is above you, you know, just remember that you're that person example. So if that man is the one that's leading you, then he's your example, and don't get mad if I'm mimicking your behavior. So just make sure, and I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm saying that this happened. I'm just saying if it happens, if I'm mimicking your behavior, because I make a conscious effort to not mimic someone's behavior if it's not right. But when you're around someone a lot, you end up, you act just like such and such.
Yeah, you pick up their behavior.
You act just like your mate.
You pick up their behavior.
So they just have to know, your man has to know he has to set an example. Uncle Shelton. I'm only kidding. Derrick, you guys have to set an example for the lady. You know what I mean? If you picked her, she got to be of value. She's your diamond. She's your pearls. You know, put the toilet seat down. And that's just a metaphor to, you know what I mean, that sometimes the things that she's asking for is not as difficult as you think it is. And it's not, it may be a big deal to her, and it really, just because it is a big deal to her, now all of a sudden you don't understand why. It's a big deal to her, you know.
And you was doing it in the beginning.
I understand that.
Doing it in the beginning, and now that we're 6 or 7, 10 years in, it's not a big deal anymore. It still is.
They say that a lot about women.
What's that?
That we'll say that for another day.
Well, yeah, hey.
You talking about sex
Got a point.
Sex-wise, they do say that.
They
do say that, and that is another show.
That's another show.
And we will break that down. You know, y'all do y'all research, though. Don't be saying what they say.
Right.
Do y'all research. You know, give us some statistics on it, you know. But, I mean,
come with the facts and not your feelings now.
Keep it hot. Keep it hot. Listen, I'll throw it out there. If you're going to go out there and tip the waitress, and you're going to tip the strip club, and you're going to tip this person, tip that person, you're giving all these people all this love, you give your woman the same love.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? She expects
when you get
that
the
too.
most.
No.
That's a one-time situation. You can't equate yourself to the waitress.
We're going to hold that one, Michelle, because you're going to open up a can of worms.
You tip me the same way you tip everybody else. I don't care. Give me my diamonds and my pearls.
Bro, I'm gonna say that for that. I'm gonna say that.
I'm gonna say this one. We're gonna hold this one.
I'm gonna say that.
Hold it. Yeah.
What's the topic? We gonna hold this.
Because Derrick opened up the whole topic with that.
Yeah.
Yes. We gonna hold this, guys.
Well, no, when I say to open up another topic,
that door swing both ways.
The same thing about women. You know, after 7 years, you know, they're not doing the same things that they started in the beginning.
Yeah. It's just that I hear that a lot from some married men. I hear that a lot.
Well, y'all boring. No, I'm just saying.
I mean, me personally, I don't know how true
That's
is.
That bullshit. That's that bullshit right there.
Listen,
that
Derrick opened this case. He opened it up,
bullshit.
Uncle Shelly.
So
you gonna need to fill that cup up twice.
Yeah, I just want to see what y'all thought about
no,
that.
Y'all not boring. Y'all not boring.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. Y'all just gotta keep it spicy.
She not playing.
Y'all gotta keep it spicy. That's all. Just keep it spicy. Tip me too. I want to tip.
You ain't doing the trick she doing. You ain't doing the trick she doing. You stop doing this trick.
That's right. You gotta keep doing the tricks.
We ain't getting offered the same type of money for the tricks. We would
We
learn the
ain't get
tricks.
tips. Stop playing. We ain't get tips. Stop playing.
That's right. Tell him, Uncle Shelton, stop playing.
Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Y'all not doing anything either, man. Y'all
Stop
ain't
playing.
doing. Y'all do what they do
Up
at the
Looking like a first day slave. We working our behind off. Look like a first day slave.
You not.
Y'all don't be
That's
doing
a
it.
bull
Even if we
job.
gotta buy y'all a pole and put it in the bedroom.
But I suppose y'all gonna get on it too. Don't play.
We don't need
Why
all
we
that.
gotta
Believe
get on
it or not. Believe it or
You
not.
said we gotta get on the poles.
Fly the pole. We don't get no doggone pole.
Why not?
Bro, chill. Bull
Exactly.
job.
They have male strip clubs too, you
Yes,
know.
they do.
That ain't the road.
Exactly.
No, see?
Exactly.
That ain't the road.
That's not
Y'all just
hard.
want to do that because we requested that, so now y'all want to request that too?
That's right. What going double standards?
Reciprocity. Equal give and take.
Not in that area though.
Why
Okay.
not?
So y'all just gonna
Lift
sit
the
there and be
toilet seat up for
boring.
me then.
Y'all
Yeah.
can at least do
Touche.
massages.
Checkmate.
Y'all can at least do a massage.
Yeah,
A nice
I mean-
one, you know. Not that one where you rub our back real quick and say, come on, let's
Let's
go.
roll over.
Quick old phony
That's the
hand.
best ones right there. Roll that on over. I done saw it.
You
You
know,
roll that
you
on
use
over.
that trick.
That one
Wait,
hand
roll that on.
massage.
What kind of experiences y'all
And
had?
it worked most of the time.
Massage you with your elbows and kind of.
Yeah.
Y'all must have
Yeah.
some bad experiences.
No, we just
I
playing
work that
around.
dip out. Work that dip out. Get it all right so you can be all flexible right back there. Get that dip action going on. Get it low. Get it
This
low.
is good. This is working. No.
Oh, man.
That's
You know what's the difference in the massages that you give?
what's
When we ask, like, can you rub my back versus
Mhm.
you don't got X?
But sometimes that's what we think y'all mean too
No.
when y'all want a massage.
No.
Sometimes that is what y'all mean, right?
No.
not.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, right? Exactly, Uncle Shelton.
No.
Sometimes.
It can,
No.
Like that's
It-
a
it be
whole
going
nother
somewhere.
level. We need
So what is
stay
the-
cool.
So what
So
is it
yes.
when y'all get in the bed together and she turns around, she turn her booty around towards you
She
and back
tired.
it up?
back that thing up.
She just tired when she back her
Angle
booty
that
up.
thing up. No. When she put them cheeks on you, it's go time. She
That's
put
what
them
I'm
cheeks on
saying.
you,
That
yeah.
don't mean she
Yeah.
tired.
She want a little
No.
warmth. She trying to get her back
No.
warm. Like,
You ain't poking your booty out not want some time going on. Stop playing. When you want to just
Exactly.
be held like a teddy bear, it's all back. It's all back. When you put
Right,
that
right.
booty up, no. That's go
They
time.
just trying,
That's go time.
just trying to get comfortable in the bed. You know, you
Yeah,
gotta.
you trying to get
Yeah,
comfortable
right.
in bed. You
Yeah,
trying to get rocked.
yeah.
That's
to sleep.
y'all
Stop
throwing them
playing.
hints. We know.
You
Yeah.
trying to get rocked to sleep. Stop playing.
All right, well, y'all gotta know y'all worth in the bedroom too. So that's a whole another level.
Whole novel.
Whole another level. Yes, you gotta definitely know your worth in the bedroom too, and as a couple, So you don't wanna be putting out no weak stuff. No weak massages. Don't massage me with your elbow. No. Not with one hand. I mean, if you broke your hand, I understand. But don't give me the one hand body rub, and then get mad when we go and get our massages.
That sounds suspect. That sounds suspect right there.
See, you not playing
Yeah,
fair with
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
do you
you want some
mean?
bull
Not
jive.
playing, exactly. Not
You
playing
start
fair
talking
with
about
that.
happy endings, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be
Exactly,
a problem when you
exactly.
start talking about some happy endings.
Exactly.
She talking
Everybody
that
deserve a happy ending.
Yes, guys. We know I don't have a jealous bone in my body, so you can go get a massage too, but it's not gonna do nothing for our relationship.
Negative.
That ain't what it's for. That ain't what it's for.
We gonna wrap it up. Our screens and everything breaking down to his break pass. We over our time, guys. So next week, what we gonna talk about, Telithia?
We're gonna talk about doing things consistently that you started in the beginning.
Oh,
Come on.
okay.
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. We'll talk about that and see how we're gonna have to have some solutions on that. So you guys work on y'all solutions. But I think the number one thing about that is definitely what we've been talking about is resolution. If you resolve all your issues and everything and you keep them resolved and you don't go to bed angry, you probably won't have no issues. And if you put that toilet seat down,
you gonna sleep good at night.
Yes. And you ain't gotta worry about your toothbrush getting we gonna
That's just
wrap it up,
nasty.
guys.
That's nasty.
Get some cookies.
Thanks for watching, y'all.
Peace. Peace. Bye. Night. Peace.
All right, Uncle Shelton.
We out the building.
On the
We leaving.
edge.
We gone.
Sonji on the Coyote Man Show Network.